Where are you going?
Oh, remember that goat face guy I showed you the other day?
Was he the one with the horns?
Yeah. He's being held hostage by a ghost. Actually, I think he might be a ghost too.
Okay. Don't have too much fun now. You work tomorrow. So, which one is better? One? Or one? Ooh, dinner is ready. Purple, you're up. Give him his just desserts.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not start with me. As for you, you know what you should be doing. And us, well, I think you know what's next. Howdy, Internet. This is Glitch Kid, and welcome back to the Glitch Kid Corner. In today's episode, follow me. We're going on a journey. The world of pirated video games is one of much mystery and intrigue. Some of the most fascinating gaming specimens exist within these realms, created almost completely anonymously by people using pseudonyms, just trying to make a quick buck off of all the out-of-touch, confused parents of the world. They rip code, graphics, and sound from all your childhood favorites, make a few minor alterations, slap their own name and price tag on it, and then slip it back into the marketplace quietly. It's kind of like fishing in a way, and fishing in a different way. A common thread amongst these games, aside from being less than good, is their propensity for being ported. You thought the real Bomzi had a lot of clones and copies? Well, you'd be surprised just how many random cartridges today's game ended up on. There's such little reliable data surrounding games like these that it's hard to say for certain when it originally came out or what name it was under when it did, but I can assure you it's been retitled and repackaged well over a dozen times. It almost makes you wonder if all these bootleggers were working together as one big money-grubbing organization, sharing their lipped code with other developers, or if they always acted like the thieves they were and simply stole the code again from the pirated games, continuing the cycle for another generation of suckers. Whatever the case may be, it made for an interesting piece of video game history. Today's offering is a game called Bomzi 5, The Journey of Overtime and Space. Now, I know what you're thinking, and yes, that is the greatest title of all time. Bomzi 5, The Journey of Overtime and Space, was a game created by Phonics, though they credit themselves as BLJ on the title screen, and released to home consoles sometime between 1981 and today. See what I mean about information being scarce? The game itself is a fascinating concoction. Bomzi's sprites are, of course, taken straight from his very own game with limited success. A lot of his colors have been messed up by the repeated conversions. The other sprites are listed from seemingly random titles. I was able to identify at least one of the enemies as being from Cupid, but otherwise, it's admittedly hard to tell. The music, on the other hand, is very recognizable. All of the sound in this game is poorly ripped from Pinball. Everything is technically there, but the song randomly lags out from time to time. This is a common bootleg theme. The gameplay, interestingly enough, is a carbon copy of the first half of the 1985 classic Super Nestor Kids, which kind of boggles my mind. Not that a certain somebody mentioned it during his Let's Play, but Nestor Kid actually got his start as the main player character in the actual Bomzi column. Nestor himself is nowhere to be seen in this game. Instead, Bomzi's got a whole new crew of friends to accompany him on his quest, the first of which being his beautiful bride, Babs. Oh my god! What is that? And the... what? Oh my... get it off screen! She's player 2. She doesn't do much on her own, except for look extremely creepy. not to be outdone by Bomzi's other female friend, the plucky fairy G0A. According to the game's strangely in-depth intro, G0A is responsible for all of the flourishes of nature, and without her careful guidance, all the plants in the world will just die. So, of course, she gets kidnapped immediately. This leads to an amazing scene, where Bomzi Kong slowly starves due to lack of food. Eventually, he becomes a much smaller monkey, and that's who we play as. Playing the game is actually the least interesting part. It's a standard run and or jump platformer with terrible, terrible controls. When it works, it's a poor man's Super Nester Kids. When it doesn't work, it's unplayable. The only thing that separates this game from the ones it copies is that Bomzi Kong has this familiar spinning attack, proving definitively that every single thing Goatface does was stolen from something else. Anyway, you clobber your way through 24 or so very similar levels with varying degrees of graphics and sound until you reach the final boss, which is, for some reason, just some vampire. Jump over his head, flip a switch, and he dies. You and Babs rescue G0A, and according to the game, the world resumes livingness from then on. Riveting. The end. Fascinating, right? Not a whole lot of time and or space, aside from the regular variety, and they certainly didn't journey over either of them. The thing about bootleg games is that it's more about the discoveries you can make that lead to an interesting experience, rather than the games themselves. Imagine being an archaeologist, and these bootleg games are the excavation sites you plot out when you go looking for digital fossils. You never know what you might find. Unless you know what you're looking for.
NeoJock, big mod!
Here you go. It's your new favorite, 2-month-old instant noodles. Enjoy.
Ugh. Dude, come on, we're best friends. You've gotta remember me.
Of course I remember you, Avery. I wasn't formatted.
Oh, then help me?
I'll pass. That would go against my new programming, obviously. But I wouldn't worry about it. Your suffering should be over soon.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, well... You shouldn't. You should not. Whatever's coming, just watch out, boy. You get it. Watch out. It's coming. It's your penance, boy. Get it all up in their torture devices.
Shut up!